Hello friends, in this lecture we'll start some questions from miscellaneous exercise. So here is the very first question that I'm taking from miscellaneous exercise, that is page number 430. Page 530, page number 530, miscellaneous exercise, question number question number third, that I'm taking the very question number third. It says in figure BM and CN, in figure BM and CN are perpendiculars drawn, are perpendiculars drawn to a line passing through to a line passing through the vertex A of triangle, the vertex A of triangle ABC, of triangle ABC, of triangle ABC. If L is the midpoint, if L is the midpoint, if L is the midpoint of BC, if L is the midpoint of BC, prove that LM is equal to LN. Prove that LM is equal to LN. Okay, so we have a triangle ABC. Okay, this is something like triangle A, B and C. Okay, this is triangle ABC. It is given L is the midpoint of BM and CN are perpendicular. So this is BM, which is perpendicular, then CN. In this way it is perpendicular. Okay, BM and CN are perpendiculars. This point is M, BM is perpendicular, CN is perpendicular. L is midpoint of BC. Okay, L is midpoint of BC. You have to prove LM, this LM is equal to this LN. Okay, so it's not that much difficult. Simply we have to prove these two triangles congruent. So simply these are two vertically opposite, 90 degree, BL equal to LC, because it is given L is midpoint of BC. So by congruency we can say ML equal to LN. So what we have given in the figure, BM and CN are perpendiculars to a line passing through the vertex A of triangle ABC. So I can say BM is perpendicular to actually, or simply I can write angle BML is equal to 90 degree, angle CNA, or I can write in this way, angle CNA is equal to 90 degree. Also L is midpoint, also BL or LB equal to LC. BL is equal to CL. To prove, what you have to prove, BM equal to CN. BM is equal to Cn. that we have to prove BM equal to CM. So let us see its proof. It's very easy. This question I can say nothing related with this particular chapter, simply it's a concept of P. So in triangle BML, in triangle BML and triangle LNC and triangle LNC, okay, angle and side, that I am going to use angle side. So angle BML is equal to angle NLC given, each 90 degree, that is given. Then BLM, angle BLM is equal to angle NLC. Okay, here LNC, here it should be angle CNL. Okay, here angle NLC, that is vertically opposite angles, and ML is equal to LN, that is again given. Therefore triangle BML is congruent to triangle LNC by angle side. Okay, therefore I can say LM is equal to LN by CPCT, hence proved. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Now next we will see question number 6 from same exercise. Okay, question number 6. It says in the figure ABCD is a trapezium. In the figure ABCD is a trapezium, okay, whose parallel sides are 9 and 5. Okay, whose parallel sides are 9 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Whose parallel sides are 9 centimeter and 5 centimeter. 9 centimeter and 5 centimeter. If E and F are midpoints, if E and F are midpoints of BC and AD respectively, then and EF parallel BA and EF parallel BA, then find the length of EF. Then find the length of EF. Okay, so here it is given ABCD is a trapezium. ABCD is a trapezium. Okay, F and E are midpoints of F and E are midpoints. E and F are midpoints of BC and F. Okay, also it is given EF parallel this. Okay, this is they are parallel, so we have to find the length EF. It is given parallel sides 9 centimeter, so this is 5 centimeter smaller, and this is 9 centimeter. So it's not that much difficult. See, here we'll use one concept. The line segment joining the midpoints of the trapezium is half the sum of the parallel sides. We can also prove this. Actually here EF is equal to 1 by 2 of AB plus CD. Okay, so first we'll prove this. However, whenever you get this type of question, you can use this concept directly, but here I will give you its proof that how EF equal to half of AB plus CD. It's very easy. See, if I join this, join BD or join AC, doesn't matter, join any one diagonal. So here it is given, this is midpoint. In short, if I explain you, this is midpoint in triangle ADB. F is midpoint of this. Okay, so here I can say this FZ is parallel to AB, because EF parallel AB, it is given EF parallel AB, and we also know that AB parallel CD. So here FZ is parallel to AB, so FZ is equal to, sorry, Z will be the midpoint of AB, then FZ is equal to AB. Okay, FZ, actually if you remember, we solved this question already. Fz is equal to half of AB. Similarly, I will say ZE is equal to half of DC. So by adding these two, I get this. Let me tell you when we solve this question in last lecture. See, this is the same as the question number. This is from exercise 10.3, question number 14th. Okay, it is similar to that. So here just we will use that concept. Here we do write in a trapezium, length of the line segment joining the midpoints of the non-parallel sides, length of the segment joining the midpoints of the non-parallel side is half the length of the parallel side. Okay, in a trapezium, length of the line segment joining the midpoints of the non-parallel side, that is FE, that must be equal to the sum of the length of half of this is equal to the half the sum of the length of the parallel side, that is DC plus AB. Okay, therefore FE is equal to 1 by 2 9 plus 5, or 5 plus 9 actually. So FE is equal to 14 by 2, therefore FE is equal to 7 centimeter. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. That is question number 7th. P and R. In the given figure, P and R, in the given figure, P and R divide the side AC, divide the side AC of triangle ABC, of triangle ABC into three equal parts, into three equal parts. PQ parallel AB, PQ parallel AB and QR parallel BC, and QR parallel BC, and through Q and through Q a line segment ST, a line segment ST, a line segment ST is drawn parallel to AC, is drawn parallel to AC. Prove that line segment ST, prove that line segment ST, prove that line segment ST trisects the sides, trisects the sides AB and BC, AB and that you have to prove. So let us see its diagram and then let us see how to prove this. Okay, this is question number 7th. Okay, diagram is given. We have triangle QR. Okay, divides the AC. Okay, we have triangle ABC, not PQR. We have triangle ABC. P and R divides the AC into three equal parts, trisects. So here we have P, this is point R. Okay, PQ parallel AB. PQ parallel AB, something like this. PQ parallel AB. Okay, up to this only. QR parallel BC and this QR parallel BC. Okay, there is a line passing through Q. We have to, okay, line segment ST is drawn parallel to AC. Okay, line segment ST is drawn parallel to AC. Okay, parallel to AC through Q. This is point Q. This is S. This is T. Okay, so now we have to prove this ST trisects AB. Okay, that means we have to prove AS equal to, suppose I'm taking point N, then AS equal to SN equal to NBN, whatever, that you have to prove. Okay, so okay, first of all I am producing this RQ to get point over here. So produce RQ, let the point is Z. Okay, I took this point as Z. Now actually I have to prove AS equal to SZ equal to Z. If I produce this and suppose the point is X, then I need to prove BX equal to XT equal to TC. So giving you this, that how to prove AS equal to SZ equal to ZB, and second that you have to do by your own. So this is the point Q. Okay, so what we have given, see, we have to prove this AS equal to SZ equal to ZB. So anyhow, suppose now if I join SP, now if I am able, here it is given AP equal to PR equal to RC, isn't it? It is given P and R divide the segment AC into 3 equal parts. That means AP equal to PR equal to RC is given. Now if I am able to prove SP parallel ZR parallel BC, I can say AS equal to SZ equal to ZB by intercept theorem, isn't it? Now to prove SP parallel ZR, here also it is given that is QR is parallel to BC. It is also given. As it is given QR parallel BC, it means I have ZR parallel BC. So only target is to prove SP parallel QR or SP parallel ZQ or SP parallel ZR. Anyhow, I have to prove these two lines parallel. If I am able to prove this, first part is definitely over. AS equal to SZ equal to ZB. Okay, now to prove these two are parallel, if I try to prove SPRQ is a parallelogram. Okay, let this point is Q. Okay, to prove SP parallel QR or SP parallel ZR, if I prove SPRQ is a parallelogram, that will be sufficient. Now this is a parallelogram, I need to either both pair of opposite sides are parallel. So here I need to prove this, that these two lines are parallel, so I can't use this. Okay, although it is not given. Now it is given that PR parallel SQ. Okay, actually it is given PQ parallel. Okay, it is also given that ST parallel AC. Okay, this is given ST parallel AC, so definitely I can say SQ parallel PR. Now if it is possible to prove SQ equal to PR, I can say SQRP will be a parallelogram. As soon as I get SQRP is a parallelogram, I can say SP parallel QR. Now to prove this is a parallelogram, I have till now only one information, that is SQ is parallel to PR, because this ST is parallel to PR. Now if anyhow I prove this SQ is equal to PR, then definitely this will be a parallelogram, because one pair of opposite side is parallel. If I prove that the same pair of opposite side is also equal, then this will be a parallelogram. Now I will try to prove SQ equal to R. Okay, now PR equal to AP, that is given, isn't it? PR equal to AP is given. See, AP equal to SQ, I can AP equal to SQ, AP equal to SQ, AP equal to PR, AP equal to PR given, AP equal to SQ. See, it means this AC is parallel to ST, SQ. Now these two are parallel. Okay, it is also given PQ is parallel to AB. That means this AS. So this is a parallelogram, so opposite sides are equal. So here I got SQ equal to AP, AP equal to PR. That means SQ equal to PR. Also SQ parallel PR. It's a little bit complicated. Okay, so first thing that I need to prove, that is ASQP is a parallelogram. From this I get SQ equal to AP. Also I have AP equal to PR, so I get SQ equal to PR. Now SQ equal to PR, SQ parallel PR, so this gives me a parallelogram which gives me SP parallel QR, and ultimately I get three sides parallel, and using intercept theorem I will be able to say AS equal to SZ equal to ZB. So given, what we have given, PR divides, so in the figure, AP is equal to PR equal to RC. Okay, that is the first thing that is given. PQ parallel AB, PQ parallel AB, that is given. QR parallel BC, QR parallel BC. Then ST parallel AC, ST parallel AC, that is also given. Okay, what we have to prove? We have to prove first that ST divides AB into 3 equal parts. Okay, ST divides AB into 3 equal parts. Second, we have to divide again ST divides BC into 3 equal parts. So that second part I am leaving for your homework. First part we will see over here. Okay, now small construction is required. Construction, first of all, produce RQ to meet AB Z, to meet AB at Z, join SP. Okay, now we will see its proof. Okay, so I gave you the method that how we have to prove, so try for a while, then I will give you its complete solution. Okay, so in proof, first of all, I will prove ASQ is a parallelogram. So AP parallel SQ. Okay, AP parallel SQ. Why AP parallel SQ? Because it is given as AC parallel ST. As AC parallel ST. Okay, as AC parallel ST, that is given. Okay, AP parallel. Now AS parallel PQ or PQ parallel AS. PQ parallel AS. PQ parallel AS. It is given because PQ as PQ parallel AB. Because PQ parallel AB. PQ parallel AB. That is again given. Therefore, I can say APQS, therefore quadrilateral APQS is a parallelogram. Okay, APQS is a parallelogram that gives me SQ equal to AP. Therefore, SQ is equal to AP. Let it be first. Now, why SQ parallel AP? Because opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. But we have PR equal to AP. PR is equal to AP. That is second. Why PR equal to AP? That is given. Okay. PR equal to AP, that is given. So from first and second, from first and second, I can say SQ equal to PR. From first and second, SQ is equal to PR. Also we have SQ parallel PR. Okay. Also SQ parallel PR. Why SQ parallel PR? Because it is given ST AC. Okay. As ST parallel AC. Therefore I can say SQRP. Therefore quadrilateral SQRP. Therefore quadrilateral SQRP is a parallelogram. For SP parallel QR. Therefore SP parallel QR. I'm explaining once again. First I did AS parallel PQ because it is given AB parallel PQ. So I proved these two segments parallel. Then AP parallel SQ because it is given AC parallel T. So both pair of opposite sides are parallel. So it become a parallelogram. As soon as I proved it's a parallelogram, I took SQ is equal to AP. Also it is given AP equal to PR. So that gave me that SQ is equal to. Also SQ parallel PR because ST parallel AC. This gave me, this is a parallelogram. And when I say this is a parallelogram, I can say these two sides will be parallel. That means this SP is parallel to QR. Therefore SP parallel QR. As I can write SP parallel QR, I can write SP parallel ZR. Okay, let it be question number 3. Now it is given that QR parallel BC. Now I can write ZR parallel AC, ZR parallel, now ZR parallel BC. Why ZR? Because it is given QR parallel BC as QR parallel BC, because QR parallel BC, because QR parallel BC, that is again given. So let it be fourth. From third and fourth, I can say SP ZR parallel BC. Okay, so SP parallel ZR parallel BC. Now there is a line passing through A, okay, parallel to. Now draw L parallel, okay, now draw L parallel SP parallel ZR parallel BC. Okay, so now you can say we have AP equal to PR equal to RC, and these four lines are parallel, so AS equal to SZ equal to ZB by intercept theorem. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. And the one part that is here I am proving S trisects AB, E trisects BC, that you have to do by your own. Okay, so Okay, so next we will see over here. Okay, it is almost done. Now we have now we have L parallel SP parallel ZR parallel BC and AP equal to PR equal to RC. So by intercept theorem, what it says, that if one transversal have equal intercepts between parallel lines, then any other transversal will also have equal intercepts between the same set of parallel lines. So by intercept theorem, AS equal to SZ is equal to ZB. Therefore, S, or I can write, therefore AS is equal to 1/3 of AB. Therefore S divides AB into 3 equal parts. Hence proof. So please note it down. Okay, now we'll see the next question. That is question number 10. That is question number 10. Let us see how to solve this. Okay, question number 10th, page number 531. If through the midpoint, if through the midpoint, if through the midpoint of the base of a triangle, of the base of a triangle, a straight line is drawn, a straight line is drawn, a straight line is drawn parallel to one of the sides, parallel to one of the side, parallel to one of the side, prove that it intercepts on, prove that its intercept, prove that its intercept, prove that its intercept on the internal and external, on the internal and external, on internal and the external bisectors of the vertical angle is equal to the other side, is equal to the other side. Okay, so think for a while, draw its diagram, try to draw its diagram, then I will give you its proof. Okay, now let us see its proof. Okay, if through the midpoint of the base of a triangle, so let us draw the triangle. Okay, I will do one thing, I am giving you the diagram, then again I will give you some time to think over this. So through the midpoint of the base of the triangle, now if I consider, first of all I am taking triangle ABC. Now if I consider BC as base, then A will be the vertical angle. If I consider AB as the base, C will be the vertical angle. So I am considering AB as the base, okay, through the midpoint of the base. If through the midpoint of the base of a triangle a straight line is drawn parallel to the one side, okay, as I took midpoint of BC, it means I have to draw a line parallel to either AB or AC. So I am drawing a line parallel to AB, okay, in this way. Okay, if a line, straight line is drawn parallel to one of the side, then what we have to prove, that intercept of this line, intercept means part, which part of this line, which is between the bisectors of the vertical angle, internal and external. So this is the vertical angle, so bisector of the internal vertical angle, this is the point. And if I extend this up to form a exterior angle, then this is the bisector. Okay, I hope it is little bit clear to you. If from the midpoint of the base of the triangle, if a straight line is drawn parallel to one of the side, then you have to prove that intercept of this line, suppose this line is L, okay, this line is L, then intercept of this line between internal bisector and the external bisector, let this is the, now this is actually okay, this portion, this segment is equal to the other side. See, I draw a line parallel to, from the midpoint of BC parallel to AB, so other side over here, that means AC. That means we have to prove that will be equal to AC. Okay, let this point is Z. Okay, this point is Y, let this point is X, let this point is O. So actually I have to prove AZ is equal to, sorry, I have to prove YZ is equal to AC. YZ is equal to AC, that I have to prove. Let this angle is 1, 2, 3, 4, and let this angle is 5. Okay, I hope the question is clear to you. Once again I am explaining the question. Question says, if through the midpoint of the one side of the if to the midpoint of the base of the triangle, if so, I took D as the midpoint of the base BC. Now from this D a straight line is drawn which is parallel to one of the sides, parallel to AB. Draw a line parallel to AB. Now then what we have to prove that its intercept, that means intercept of this line, that means part of this line, part which is between the bisectors of the angle, bisector of the vertical angle, internal bisector as well as external bisector. So this line L and its intercept between this internal bisector and external bisector is YZ, then we should prove, we have to prove that that intercept is equal to other side, that means other side here it is AC. Okay, so what we have given that in triangle ABC, D is midpoint of BC, D is midpoint of BC. Okay, that I have. Now next I have that AZ bisects angle BAC. AZ bisects angle BAC. Angle BAC, that is I have angle 1 equal to angle 2. Then AY, then AY bisects angle CAX, angle CAX. Okay, this angle CAX, that is angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Okay, let one thing more, this L is parallel to AB, line L is parallel to AB or BA, whatever. To prove, what we have to prove, L parallel BA. Here if you want to write, you can say that L meets AC at O. So what we have to prove, ZY, to prove ZY is equal to AC. Now we'll see its proof. So think for a while, then I will give you its solution. Okay, so let me explain you this in short. See here it is given that line L is parallel to BA. That means I can say this BA is parallel to this ZY or ZO, whatever you say with line L. So angle 1, now let's say this is angle 6 for a while. Okay, I need one more angle. So here I am taking this angle as angle 6. Okay, this is angle 6. Okay, this is angle 6. So first of all, BA parallel ZY, I can say angle 1 equal to angle 6. Okay, but angle 1 equal to 2 given. So I can say angle 6 is equal to angle, isn't it? Angle 6 is equal to angle 2. Now, triangle AZO, if angle 6 is equal to 2, I can say AO, which is opposite ZO. Okay. As angle 6 is equal to angle O, I can say AO equal to ZO. Now, in triangle ABC, it is given D is the midpoint of AC. Also, it is given DO parallel AB. So, O will be midpoint of AC. That means I have AO equal to CO. So, this gives me ZO is equal to CO. Okay, now see here again it is given this XA is parallel to this, isn't it? Because these lines are parallel. So angle 4 equal to 5, but 4 equal to 3, so 3 equal to 5. So angle side opposite to 3 is YO, and angle side opposite to angle 5 is AO. So now if I add these two, see ZO plus O is equal to ZY, CO, that is equal to C. So in that way I can prove it. So let us see its solution. Okay, first angle 1 is equal to angle 6. Okay, angle 1 is equal to angle 6. Alternate interior angles. Okay, alternate interior angles. 1 equal to angle 6 as BA parallel L. Okay, also angle 1 is equal to angle 2, that is given. Okay, angle 1 is equal to angle 2 given. Therefore angle 1 is equal to angle 6. Therefore angle 2 is equal to angle 6. As 2 equal to angle 6, I can say ZO, therefore ZO is equal to AO. Reason, in a triangle opposite to sides opposite to equal angles, sides opposite to equal angles are equal. Okay, let this be first. ZO equal to AO. Now, in triangle ABC, D is midpoint of BC. D is midpoint of, and DO parallel BA, Now why DO parallel BA? Because it is given BA parallel L as BA parallel line L, that is given. So by converse midpoint theorem, midpoint theorem, so by converse midpoint theorem, I can say, so by converse midpoint theorem, O is midpoint of AC. O is midpoint of AC. Therefore, I can say AO equal to CO. Therefore, I can say CO is equal to AO. Let it be second. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then we'll see its further. Okay, so from first and second, okay, from first and second, I can say ZO equal to CO. ZO is equal to CO. Let it be third. Okay. Now angle 4 is equal to angle 5. Now angle 4 is equal to angle 5. Reason again, alternate interior angles as AX parallel, isn't it? It is 4 and this 5, because AX parallel YO, as AX parallel YO, or I can say because AB parallel L, AB parallel L. Let it be equation number 4th, or let it be like that only. Also angle 4 is equal to angle 3. Why? It is given. So 4 equal to 5, 4 equal to 3. Therefore, angle 3 equal to 5. Angle 3 is equal to angle 5. As 3 equal to 5, that in a triangle, if two angles are equal, opposite sides are equal, that gives me, therefore, YO is equal to AO. Reason, in a triangle, sides opposite to equal angles are equal. Be fourth, or yes, let it this be fourth. Adding third and fourth. Adding third and fourth. See, ZO plus YO is equal to CO plus AO. Now ZO plus YO is YZ and AO plus CO is AC. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so that's all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more questions from the miscellaneous exercise. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.